What is going on, everyone? It is Foster, and I'm back at it again with another VeVe and Comey video. Guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. And if you are watching this video right now and you are not subscribed, please feel free to do so down below so that you do not miss any of the content that I will be putting out. Guys, first off, an apology. I haven't been able to make that much content recently. There's tons of things that have been happening in the community that I would have liked to have covered, but fortunately for me, I did welcome my second daughter on April 25th into the world, and since then, I've just been very busy with parental duties, so I haven't had the opportunity to make any dedicated videos. This is actually the first time that I've been in my basement in the last 2 months, so I wanted to record this quickly because there's something very exciting that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And it's a wrong that I believe that I have finally corrected in the universe over the last year and a half. I've been a laughing stock for it. You guys could probably have already guessed it if you can see the thumbnail of this video, but I'll make you wait a little bit longer to find out just in case. One of the things that I've noticed recently is that VeVe has been doing an absolutely phenomenal job of moving forward and building out the platform so that people have better utility, better use case on the platform, has better ease of use, and just overall a better experience. So you can see that I put out a tweet a few weeks ago and talked about what VeVe had accomplished recently. And in the last 30 days from the time that this tweet was issued, they had rolled out waitlist, they had done crafting, they had started push notifications, they had also fixed the search for the platform, and KYC was also changed to make onboarding easier. Now, each of these probably could have deserved its own video in and of itself, but I think it's fairly obvious why all of these quality of life changes were sorely needed for the platform. One of the things that I've always believed with VeVe and will continue to believe for VeVe until they give me a reason not to, is that they may not move as quickly as I think many of us would have hoped or would have liked that they would to roll out a lot of these features. But at the end of the day, the features are always rolled out and they always do either meet or exceed our expectations. And if there's anything that does not, they're really good about going in the back, correcting it and improving it. We saw it with crafting. It didn't roll out the right way the first time, but they went in and they corrected it and everything started to work. And it's going to be a lot of exciting features that have been added to the platform. As recently as this morning, localization was added onto the platform, which for those of you that don't know, means that if you live in a country that is not natively English speaking, you will be able to have the website show up in that native language. So whether it be Japanese or German or another language that is not English, you will have access to that. And I think that it will be fantastic when it comes to VeVe marketing the platform to other areas. I think as we start to see brands like anime or things that are very popular in Asian cultures, I do believe that having localization and having it in their local languages is going to be fantastic, and they can market it as a platform that caters to everyone all over the world. So I'm really excited for all the things that VeVe has been doing recently. But as you guys know, I'm an Omi bull. I love VeVe because there's no Omi without VeVe, but at the end of the day, from a financial perspective, for my own investing sake, and something that I've always talked about on the channel for the 70 or 80 videos or whatever it is that I've made since I started YouTube, is that I believe in Omi. I believe that Omi is going to change lives, but specifically, I believe that it's going to change my life. I've always believed that. It's not that I don't believe in the collectibles, I very much do, and you'll see later on in this video how I go and prove that, but at the end of the day, Omi has always been my focus. It has been my priority. Earlier this month, I was fortunate enough to link up with another fellow content creator and close friend, Mark, and he wanted to make a big purchase. He wanted to buy the Secret Rare Miles animated collectible on VeVe, and it turns out that we were able to work out a way that he could fund the venture, that I could get some Omi, and that the person that was going to purchase it could purchase it, and that it worked out for absolutely everyone. So I'm pleased to say, and I did make the announcement on Twitter, which maybe wasn't fully understood, but I am now up to 69 million Omi. And my goal is to get as close to 100 million Omi as I can before I believe all these catalysts come in and then the Omi price takes off and it's no longer practical to do so. But I am doing everything in my power to make as many moves as I can to put myself and my family in as best a position as possible to succeed moving forward. Now, does that mean that that's something that you should do for yourself? Absolutely not. You should always do your own research. Do not listen to what I'm saying on the internet or listen to anyone else on the internet when it comes to making your own financial decisions. It's, of course, not financial advice, but I do like to document what I've been doing on my journey because it's fun to look back and see some of the things that I've done well and some of the things that I've done not so well. And one of the things that I've done not so well as I've documented this journey, as you can see all of the views from all the videos that I get, is my most popular video. Now, if you click on popular on my YouTube channel, you can see that my most popular video by 2x is I lost $100,000 selling VeVe NFTs. Now, of course, that's a little bit of clickbait. I didn't actually physically lose $100,000, but what I did is lose the ability to gain $100,000 by selling something too early that I never should have sold. And as you can see from the thumbnail on this image, that was the Secret Rare Spider-Man Ultimate Animated. It was the first Marvel collectible ever released on the VeVe platform. It was the most rare version, limited to 1,000 editions, and I was lucky enough to score it on drop for $400 back in August of 2021. At that time, I was not necessarily in a position where I was as knowledgeable as I am now about the project, and I wasn't necessarily in the financial position to continue to add money onto VeVe while I was primarily looking to focus on OMI. Back then, the price was at least 10x of what it is now for the OMI token. So it was far more expensive to look to accumulate at that time, and I had prioritized OMI at that time. So what ended up happening was I secured the drop for $400 and it immediately went up to about $3,200. And then over the next 2 weeks, it started to go down and down and down. And finally, it got down to about $1,600. And I sat down with my wife and I said, I'd like to keep this, but at the same time, there's other things that I'd like to purchase on the platform. And she said, we may have to look at liquidating some things that we already own. At the end of the day, we're not really in a position to add more money onto the platform right now, and you have made a 4x on this collectible. It may be something that you want to consider doing. Now, of course, making 4x on your money in any investment in 2 weeks is an absolutely phenomenal return. So at the time, being newer to NFTs, being newer to crypto, and not understanding the historical significance of this collectible, I went ahead and sold the Spider-Man Secret Rare for $1,600. Of course, in the 2022 bull run that we had on VeVe, the Spider-Man Secret Rare went over $100,000 as a listing price. And I was obviously kicking myself very hard about making that decision. But I told myself if the opportunity ever presented itself and I was ever in the position to pick up the Spider-Man Secret Rare, that I would do everything in my power to do so. I've been collecting on VeVe since April of 2021. Since that time, I've been very fortunate to build up a fairly substantial portfolio. I have almost 170 sets. I own over 700 collectibles, and I got over 100 comics. Now, my MCP rank is Master. I do believe that's going to serve me quite well once the waitlist and everything else comes out, and benefits start being given to collectors based on their level, as well as their points that you can go and spend. And we can see here that I have almost 1 million points here on VeVe that I'll eventually be able to spend when that comes out. We can see here on my profile in the featured section, these are some of the collectibles that I'm most proud about. I put out a tweet the other day talking about my two favorite collectibles, that being the VeVe Gold and Silver logo that we can see displayed prominently here, as well as the 1992 partner statue that I was able to pick up. It's my wife's birth year, and she's been very supportive of me throughout this journey. So it was very nice to be able to pick that up. And of course, I have the first ever collectible that dropped on VeVe, the number 100 Todd McFarlane Batman, which you can see I have several of in my background here. And I also have the blue Todd, which I thought was really cool. It's limited to 500 physically in the world, and I do have the blue Todd somewhere over here as well. The Eduardo Rizzo Batman was needed to complete the first set on VeVe that included the Todd McFarlane Batman, and I was very fortunate to be able to pick that up as well. So I've been very fortunate in my collecting career. Now, I made a lot of mistakes when it comes to collecting. I was able to get the partner statues on drop, well, 2 of them anyways, and I didn't sell them. They went all the way up to $50,000 and I didn't sell them. So I sold the Spider-Man at the bottom and then let it run all the way up. And then I secured the partner statue at the bottom, let it run all the way up, and didn't sell. So I'm not an expert when it comes to VeVe. I've never claimed to be an expert when it comes to VeVe. I've made a ton of missteps, but I've still been very fortunate about the portfolio that I've been able to build up. And I still have a very positive long-term outlook for the project with all the catalysts that are coming. With the VeVe Show Home coming, with localization incoming, with the loyalty program and the combination of MCP and OUP rewarding and benefiting collectors, I believe that not only holding a bag of OMI is important, but having a wide and diverse range of VeVe collectibles is also important as well. And with that in mind, as of 10 minutes ago before I started recording this video, I have now secured the Spider-Man Ultimate Animated back into my collection. Now, I like to think of it as somewhat of an upgrade. I did own the 503 at the beginning, and now I own the 493. So we'll just pretend like I paid an extra couple $1,000 for a slightly better mint. That, of course, is absolutely not true. But at the end of the day, I was incredibly fortunate to be able to secure this. And one of the nice things is that the floor right now is very thin as well. I'm not selling it anytime soon, but psychologically, it helps make the purchase as well. I purchased it for $5,500, and the floor price immediately went up to $6,999. And the next one after that is like $10,000. So it's definitely going to help my vault value a little bit. It, of course, will hurt my pockets a little bit as well. But it was deciding whether or not to buy another 10 million OMI or buy the Spider-Man Secret Rare. I left it up to my wife because I'm always terrible when it comes to making emotional decisions when it comes to this. And she said that I just purchased 19 million more OMI. It made sense to pick up the Spider-Man Secret Rare and diversify. You guys can all laugh at me in the comment sections about diversifying between VeVe and OMI, but I really still believe for myself it's the best investment in the space, and I've yet to find a better one that exists. And I'm very happy that I was able to welcome this back into the family, and I really do feel like it's rounded out my collection well, and it does give me a sense of completion. Eventually, I'm sure that I will sell it again because I do tend to paper hand Spider-Mans, and I do like the partner statue more, even though the Spider-Man is more limited and will probably be more valuable on paper. I just absolutely love the walled statue, and it will always be my favorite collectible. But at the end of the day, the great thing about VeVe is that you guys can collect what you want and be passionate about your fandom however you would like to be. I'm curious what you guys think in the comment section down below about all the catalysts that are coming for VeVe and OMI. Which one are you more bullish on in the short term? Which one do you think that will perform better financially? Which one are you more excited about? Because at the end of the day, we talk about money a lot, but what are you most passionate about and what makes you happy? Because looking at this right now, as ridiculous as it is, puts an absolute smile on my face, and I'm very fortunate and grateful to have been able to pick it up. I'm excited to see what happens with it and with what happens with the entire project as a whole. Let me know your biggest pickup and the thing that you're most excited about down in the comments below. And if you have not done so already, please make sure that you do subscribe. I will be working on making more videos as more catalysts start to come out over the following months, as the family life starts to balance itself out. I appreciate all the support with you guys as always. I'm almost at 10,000 followers on Twitter. And if I do hit 10,000 followers on Twitter, I might do something fun like buying 10,000 OMI for every like that I put out in my 10,000 follower recognition tweet. Something fun like that might be cool just to work on engagement with the community. I think it'd be really cool. And yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys because it's been a very interesting journey since the time that I sold my Spider-Man Secret Rare to see it run all the way back up, to be able to pick it up at what I hope and believe is the bottom again. So we'll see where it goes with this. It'll be fun to look back on it one way or another as an experience. And thank you guys all for watching. Until I see you in the next one, peace.